Welcome back, Cloud Cadets. In this video, we're going to move from Docker to Azure. So let's get started by, first of all, let's go to Docker. I forgot to close this. Let's stop this. And I can close that. Let's go to our browser. Let's go to Azure. Let's create a resource group. I'll call it RG Excuses. Yeah, great. It's quick. Let's go there. We can go to SQL databases. I can create. I'm going to select my resource group. I'm going to get a name of excuses, DB, DB. I'll call this DB. We have a server, so let's create a new one. It's called excuses SQL Server. I'm going to take a region closer to me, which is Sweden. Authentication method, I'm going to use SQL authentication. Let's give it a username. So instead of SA that we had for Docker, we're going to have a real one here. I got Azure admin. Password, I'm gonna use our default one. Let's go to app settings. Let's copy this entire password so it can stay consistent. So we don't need to change anything. I'll paste it in here and paste it in here. They match. Great. Let's click OK. No, we don't want that. We are in development. We don't care about elastic pool. Let's configure database. See what happens here. Issue at the region at this time. Interesting. Let's see if we go to networking and then back. Oh. What happens if we refresh, reload? That worked. And I guess we'll go back to this excuses DB SQL Server. Sweden. Boy. Azure admin. Paste in the password again. Let's give it a name. Excuses. Oh. Excuses SQL DB. Select our resource group. And now we can change the compute and storage. I'm going to select the basic DTU. So because look at this per month for the general default. No, we want this. We get a fixed $5 per month. We're not even going to have it up there running, so it won't cost us anything really. Apply. We can select locally redundant backup storage. So let's go more. We set the resource group. We have a database name. We created a SQL Server. We don't want an elastic pool. We want development. Oh boy, I'm gonna do this again, I guess. And then basic, back, development, basic. Everything looks good locally. So let me go slowly so everyone sees. Our resource group is set. Our price is about $5 a month. No elastic pool, development, and basic, locally redundant. Great. Can move to the next step, networking. We won't do anything here. I think we'll keep everything as default here as well. And here as well, and here. Let's go to review and create. And let this be created. Well, this will be running for a moment. Actually go to Visual Studio. There's one thing I wanted to update in the in-memory repository just to match our entity framework core. I'm gonna add a folder here. It's not necessary, but I like the consistency. And we actually want to create this one there. Add a new class. Memory data store. Actually, this. Remove that. Remove that. We'll go here. Let's copy this out. Save that. Our models was out imported. Here we need to fix the import. And we can fix that. Right. That's all I wanted to do. Some consistency. Let's move our program there. Let's check the progress of our database. It's nearly complete. Another preparation we can do, but that's running. We're gonna have to update this connection string, but I'm gonna keep the old one like this. I'm gonna put a comma here, and I'm gonna call this Docker connection. And then this one we will update with Azure. Just good to have in case one forgets someday. Can get a quick refresher. Otherwise, nothing else will be needed to be changed with our code. And this is now complete. When we come here, let's go to resource group so we can see the entire picture. So we go to here. Okay. So we have our SQL Server and we have our database. We can go to our database, and to the left we have the connection strings. And we want this one, AdOnet SQL authentication. So I can press the copy button down here. And we see the only thing we need to configure here where it says your password. So I can go here. I can go to app settings. I can paste that in. Let's copy our password from here. And then we can move this there. Double click here, remove that, remove the curly braces, and then paste. Now remember, this new database does not have it has not created the tables, so we need to update that database. We don't need to create any new migrations because then we haven't changed anything there, so those remain. So we won't be needing to run this command, but we need to send the updates to the database so it can create our tables and seed it with those three first rows of excuses. So back to tools, we can open a command line, and we're going to see something interesting here now. So if I run this, it's going to fail. And that's because we have not given it access, our local network. So it says, an instance-specific error occurred while establishing a connection to SQL Server. Connection was denied since deny public network access is set to yes. So let's go back to Azure. Let's go to our resource groups. Let's go into SQL Server. And if we scroll down here to the left, we see networking. Click there. And here we don't have any public network access. So I'll select this one, selected networks. And then we have this option to add your client IPv4 address, this is mine. And then I can save. And now I can connect to the database from my local computer. Now, naturally, there are other things you would do when you have your API up on Azure, and you can specify that URL instead and such. But now we're just playing around. So let's go back to Visual Studio, terminal, let's clear this, and then let's try the command again. Nice. Now let's run the API. Right, it's up. Let's go to our requests. Let's send the requests. We see this is much slower than Docker. And Docker was a bit slower than our SQLite, but it works. So let's create two excuses. The same one, that's 4 and 5. We'll update one, so we have one that's different. And let's go send, and we have all 5 here. Great. there we have Azure working. Until next time.